Good evening, you're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. On the show tonight, the big story that's breaking at this hour, the Congress party has just announced that Rahul Gandhi will not be their prime ministerial candidate for the 2014 general elections. Instead, the party has said that Sonia Gandhi overruled everyone at the Congress Working Committee meeting this evening and said that instead Rahul Gandhi should be made head of the election campaign. Why did the Congress get cold feet when it was clear that everyone in the party, especially the younger generation of leaders, were keen to have Rahul take over and be formally projected? Why did the party then get cold feet in the end? Well, we're going to first bring you some of the latest sound bites that we've got from senior Congress leaders right after that CWC meeting took place. We should be able to bring you first Janardhan Dwivedi, senior leader of the party, making that crucial announcement just about 10 minutes ago. Let's listen in.
ये इस तरह से अलग नाम की कोई घोषणा नहीं थी जो की गई हो। बहरहाल सारी चर्चा के बाद एक आम सहमति बनी कि कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष ने यह भी घोषित किया कि जो अगला चुनाव अभियान है वो राहुल गांधी के ही नेतृत्व में होगा। तो एक तरह से भविष्य का नेतृत्व उनके पास है, उसमें सरकार की बात की तो चर्चा की आवश्यकता है नहीं।
Well, that meeting of the Congress Working Committee started shortly after 5:30 this evening, and this was where we believe that senior leaders of the party moved a resolution proposing that Rahul Gandhi should indeed be the prime ministerial candidate. It's understood that most leaders endorsed that, in fact everybody, but it was his mother Sonia Gandhi who overruled them and said that there is no need for the Congress to project him as the PM candidate. That has not been the Congress party's tradition. My colleague Sunil Prabhu has been covering that story and joins us now. Sunil, take us through what happened behind the scenes and why at the last minute the Congress seemed to have got cold feet on this.
Announcing the prime ministerial candidate. Well, I think it was always really not a question of cold feet that this was going to be the stated position. I think member after member, starting from, of course, Mr. Ramesh Chennitala, who started as the Kerala PCC chief, that Rahul Gandhi should be projected as the prime ministerial candidate. And I think after 6 or 7 speakers who continued that same chorus of demand that Rahul Gandhi should be a prime ministerial candidate, did Mrs. Gandhi intervene and say very categorically that this has not been a party convention. We have never named a PM candidate. The fact that the Congress party has always projected somebody leading the election campaign, that has been a practice, but we never name a PM candidate, and just because others do so, there is no need to follow suit. And of course, adding a very important point, saying that we have a prime minister already with us, and then of course going on to say that even though we have a prime minister, it's not our convention to name a PM candidate. So these were the points made by Sonia Gandhi. I think the message was loud and clear to the members, and as Mr. Madhusudan Mistry, who I just did an interview with, very categorically saying that once the chair of the committee speaks, that is the wish of the House, and we must respect that. That has been the practice, that has been the convention. And then of course Rahul Gandhi himself intervening and saying that because members insisted on making an amendment to the resolution, and an amendment has been done in para 22 of the political resolution, saying adding that line that Rahul Gandhi will be leading the Congress election campaign in 2014. And Rahul Gandhi intervening to say that I have always been a disciplined soldier of the party, will continue to do so, and I'll be ready for whatever role that the Congress would want me to do so after the 2014 elections. Whether of course the Congress is has got the numbers or not, that will be decided by the CPP, but he will be ready for following the Congress ideology and continuing with that entire process. So those are the limited points.
Of enthusiastic reporters around you as well, Sunil, everyone trying to get this breaking story out there tonight, but we're going to try and play some of the interviews you've been able to do with Madhusudan Mistry, for instance, in just a moment. But let's instantly take a look at the first reactions from our analysts here in the studio tonight. We have senior journalist Neerja Chaudhary, we've got Shiv Vishwanathan, and Barkha today joins us as a guest and as a commentator, not as an anchor for a change. And I'm going to ask you first, Barkha, what do you make of this move? You've been watching this story unfold closely over the last few days. What happened?
In my opinion, Nidhi, I think the Congress has made a couple of grave mistakes in what they have decided to do today. One, they have quite simply made tomorrow's AICC resolution almost redundant as far as public interest and media interest in it goes. Because tomorrow's big day was about what role Rahul Gandhi would play. If that role has already been unveiled today, who is actually going to spend an entire day listening to the long speeches by Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi and Manmohan Singh? That's one. But the deeper reason why I think that the Congress has made an error is because of the political environment that the Congress is going into these elections with. Even as the head of the campaign, which is what he's now going to be doing, the flak or this credit, which nobody really thinks is going to come the Congress's way, but the flak is going to be Rahul Gandhi's. If the Congress had nothing left to lose, then as a young leader, in keeping with the sentiments of other young leaders in his party, people like Jyotiraditya Scindia, Sachin Pilot, Milind Deora, even Mr. Chidambaram, all of whom have gone on record to say in this environment we need a candidate because people are making this about personalities. They are making it about Narendra Modi, about Arvind Kejriwal, and they may want to make it about Rahul Gandhi. I think Rahul Gandhi has shown with this decision that he does not have the capacity for taking a risk.
But you're saying that he would have got the flak anyway. He's going to get the flak.
He had nothing left to lose. Why couldn't he?
And he should have stuck his neck out and done it.
Think of Arvind Kejriwal. He contested against Sheila Dikshit. He did not do a second safe seat. Everybody thought he may not win that seat, that he was taking a terrible risk. He let the odds be stacked against him. He took that risk. If you have nothing left to lose, why not come across as a leader who's ready for some disruption?
Okay, Neerja Chaudhary, you were disagreeing with that before we began the show because you felt there was a difference between actually projecting him as a PM candidate and as leader of the campaign. What's the difference? Because in principle, everyone will still blame Rahul for the debacle if it turns out to be that.
I think, you see, if you have Narendra Modi heading the campaign committee of his party, it's very different from Narendra Modi as the prime ministerial candidate of the party. So also it would apply to Rahul Gandhi. Now, it's true the younger people wanted him. They felt break from the past, put a new team in place. You may not get the electoral dividends in 2014. Get ready for the next round. That may come in 2016 if there's a Khichdi kind of government, and so on. The other side said it's a very negative climate at the moment against the Congress party. What magic can you do in 3 months? And suppose the Congress's tally goes down to the lowest ever, then Rahul Gandhi will take the flak for it. And one of the biggest challenges for him in that case will be to keep his flock together.
But Neerja, would you agree that it's a status quoist decision? It reinforces the personality of the Congress as a status quoist party.
It is a very cautious decision, absolutely. As far as taking that decision and announcing it today, what Barkha was saying, certainly it takes a zing out of the AICC session. But I think it's also a preemptive move. But they may have feared that there may be a clamour tomorrow from the
what does it what does it say then about the inner democracy of the Congress that Mr. Gandhi has been talking about for 10 years and keeps saying that there needs to be inner democracy? And so you have a situation here where almost all CWC members say please make him the PM candidate, but mummy says no, and everyone goes with that, right? What does it tell us about the Congress? It's institutionally still the same party.
I think it tells you a lot about the family. I think Rahul is suffering from the Prince Charles effect. Till Queen Elizabeth moves, Prince Charles is going to continue being Prince Charles in waiting. He's a perfect prince in waiting. Maybe that's the only role he can play. I love the anticlimax. It makes it so predictable. You see, it's not that the Congress got cold feet. I think either the old guard or Sonia Gandhi got cold feet. The younger ones were ready. There was a climate. It would have made an exciting three-way battle. But here is the bunch, Congress is still writing these old Doordarshan plays, which end before it actually finishes.
But do you believe it would have made a fundamental difference if he was actually formally declared the PM candidate? Because many believe it's a lost cause for the Congress, and what can he change in 3 months?
Let's take it. At this current moment, you need drama, not melodrama, but a drama of risk.
Yeah, exactly.
When the Congress can't take this drama of risk, when a Kejriwal can do it, when a Modi can do it, God damn it, any anonymous candidate can do it. What is he doing?
And there's another reason why it also it undermines what Rahul Gandhi has claimed to stand for. Rahul Gandhi has always said, I'm going to change this party in ways that you can't even imagine. That was his statement on the day of the drubbing in the assembly polls.
After December 8th.
You've got to start by stepping up to the plate. You've got to start by displaying that you have the gumption for a fight that you may well lose. It's an absence of gumption.
I'm going to take that to Randeep Surjewala, the national spokesperson of the Congress, who joins us now, and a young leader himself. Mr. Surjewala, the criticism then from the panel of commentators tonight is that basically you didn't have the guts to project Rahul Gandhi as your PM candidate. You didn't have the guts to take the risk. Why?
Nidhi, I heard a lot of sarcasm here, and I also heard talks of a drama being enacted. Let me tell you, Indian National Congress is not about drama. We are about reality, we are about hard facts, we are about policy. What difference does it make? And I ask myself as a young Indian, whether Shri Rahul Gandhi leads the campaign or he is a prime ministerial candidate. He is still our leader. He is the one with whom we are going into the campaign. He is the one who is leading us, and he is the one who is leading the party. The niceties of naming a prime ministerial candidate like a presidential race do not exist for Congress. They have never existed in the past. None was named in 2004 despite Mrs. Gandhi leading us. None was named in 2009 except at the last minute when Mrs. Gandhi said we already have a prime minister.
But your principal opposition party
and
has
that
thrown
has
you
been
a
the
challenge.
tradition.
Mr. Surjewala, the principal opposition party has thrown you a challenge with the name of Mr. Narendra Modi. Campaign styles have changed. They don't stay the same as they were maybe 10, 20 years ago. Things change. Maybe this election is much more personality driven than you would like to believe.
Nidhi, there are two things. We are, we are a parliamentary democracy. We are not a presidential form of government. And in that, who is leading you is extremely important. But the ethos, ideology and the way forward of the party is equally important. I said already, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is our leader. He will be and continues to be the person who will lead the Indian National Congress into this poll and the next poll thereafter and the next poll thereafter. So where is the confusion? Unlike the Bharatiya Janata Party or other political parties where we have to retire compulsorily people like, Shri Lal Krishna Advani, who then goes into a huddle, and many other political parties where you have to physically remove leadership. Congress
but in your party,
it is
Mrs. Gandhi that has overruled the democratic opinion of most members of the CWC. Before you attack the BJP, how democratic is the inner working of the Congress, Mr. Surjewala? Mr. Janardhan Dwivedi has said, despite everyone supporting Mr. Gandhi's candidature, Mrs. Gandhi said no, and that was that. Finished.
No, expression of opinion by senior leaders is one thing. Ultimately, in a political party like any other hierarchy has to adhere to a certain opinion, and the opinion of the president should normally prevail.
So they are allowed to express their opinion, which is very
autocracy
very
comes in when you refuse to listen.
Okay, wait, Barkha had a retort for you and then I'll come to Mr. Mitra.
Now, Randeep,
Yes.
When you say that it makes no difference whether he would have been named prime ministerial candidate or not, you've actually set up a trap for yourself. Because if it made no difference, then you may as well display a certain energy or a certain imagination in having the guts to go forth with a choice. You haven't been explained to people what's the downside. What does it mean to make grandiose statements like it's not our culture? What is so wrong about letting the people know that if this party wins, this person will be the leader? If the Congress wins by some magic fluke, will Rahul Gandhi be your prime minister? If the Congress wins by some magic fluke, will Rahul Gandhi be your prime minister?
Of course he will.
And if he will, why isn't he your prime ministerial candidate?
You raise two issues, Barkha, and it's a difference of opinion, it's subjective. The only short point that I was making is, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is our leader. There is no confusion of leadership. There is no adversarial relationship like in many other political parties vis-a-vis the Congress. He is the natural leader of the party. He is the accepted leader of the party. He has led a certain ideological path for the party to go forward, and he continues to guide and lead the party. Whether he is at X position or Y position is completely immaterial, because he is the one who is leading the Indian National Congress into this campaign and campaigns after that.
Obviously, it was important. The CWC discussed it. There's a resolution. We're having this debate for months for a reason. Mr. Chandan Mitra, your first reactions from the BJP tonight. We've seen a development finally on this story. We now know he's not going to be the prime ministerial candidate. What would you say?
Well, I am not reacting on behalf of the BJP as such, because we have to discuss it internally in some detail. But Nidhi, today I am in a happy position to ask you and many colleagues in the media, television media, that when the BJP had not announced its candidate for prime ministership, we were grilled day in and day out. I remember how much grilling I faced on all channels, that why is the BJP not announcing its candidate? Your people are fighting among themselves. You can't agree on anybody. So you're not going to name a candidate. Why aren't you naming? Why aren't you naming? Every day. Now today, are you going? Will the roles be reversed? Will the media be hounding the Congress by demanding that, look, you announce your Prime Minister? BJP has announced. They've shown the
We've
guts.
been doing that for 15 minutes
and
already.
there are no differences in the party on this. No. Yeah, but I doubt whether the BJP generates an unholy interest. BJP's internal matters generate an unholy interest in the media, which does not happen with the Congress. But anyway, that's your policy decision. I don't want to comment. But I will comment on what Mr. Surjewala has been saying. And it is very apparent from his kind of argument that he's giving is that the Congress has accepted defeat. And having accepted defeat, they don't want to expose Rahul Gandhi, who has taken the party to disaster in Bihar, in UP, in all the 4 states where elections took place. And obviously, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi does not want to expose her son to the ultimate humiliation of losing the power in Delhi. That is why keep all cards open. If situation is favorable, which I don't think it will be, then Rahul Gandhi will take over. If it is not, then they will try to put together some kind of an alternative arrangement and select a Manmohan Singh-like proxy Prime Minister. So that is the reason why Rahul has not been named. But it is an admission of defeat. And we acknowledge it, the defeat. And I think realism that Mr. Surjewala is talking about, that realism has dawned. That Congress has no hope in life to come back to power. So why expose Rahul Gandhi?
Shiv Vishwanathan, what does that then tell you about the thinking of the leadership within the Congress and its reluctance to embrace a new kind of a political campaign? Like Barkha said right at the beginning, maybe it is much more personality oriented. I asked Randeep Surjewala the same question, then they would like to believe, yes, it's a parliamentary democracy, but are personalities increasingly becoming more important in these elections?
They are, but there's something more important. Remember what he said. Rahul Gandhi will be our leader in this poll, the next poll, and the poll after.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the makings of a Rip Van Winkle. So he's going to be the young man at 60 who leads the Congress to victory. I think I can wait because the suspense otherwise would kill me.
Nirja.
I think the upshot of it all is that they think the going is not good for them. That's number one. You see, either it's going to be Modi surging ahead towards Prime Ministership, or you will have Aam Aadmi Party stop Modi in its track, in which case it could be a non-Congress, non-BJP government, probably supported up from the outside by the Congress.
No.
In that kind of a, no, you may disagree. In that kind of a scenario, it's not likely to be Rahul Gandhi as Prime Minister. So in none of the 2 scenarios is Rahul Gandhi going to be the Prime Minister. He will only be Prime Minister if the party gets upwards of 160, 170, 180, that kind of a scenario. And we are not looking at that today. So why project him as the PM candidate of the Congress at this stage of the game?
Yeah, but I have another question, which is that is there a clear tussle between the old guard and the new guard within the party? Because you can see he's trying to make changes at the state level. So you have a Sachin Pilot taking over the PCC presidentship of Rajasthan, and yet you have the old guard at the centre, which is pulling back and being cautious in its approach. What about this tussle in the party between the old and the new?
2 things here, Nidhi. One, on the old versus new, I think there was a clear divide down the middle. It was not necessarily by age, because like I said, you had leaders like Chidambaram go on record to say the party should declare a leader. We live in different political times. But indeed, every single person of Rahul Gandhi's generation in the party, and Randeep has the unfortunate task today of being of that generation but not being able to actually say what the younger lot thought, wanted Rahul Gandhi named. They accepted that politics had changed. So one, that tussle was clear, and the Congress has chosen to be status quoist and embrace the old instead of bringing in the new. But there's something else that strikes me that we haven't spoken about yet, and that is that there is obviously an apprehension about Narendra Modi. Had Rahul Gandhi been declared the prime ministerial candidate, and I believe they should have shown, as I've already said, the gumption to do so, the risk to do so, Narendra Modi would have made this campaign much more clearly about Rahul Gandhi. Is this a fear of Narendra Modi? Is this because the Congress does not have an idiom yet? And I don't know if they'll have one till the election to actually counter Narendra Modi.
I take that to Randeep Surjewala. Mr. Surjewala, is this essentially then, does it boil down to a fear of Mr. Modi and a lack of perhaps, strategy on how to deal with him?
Nidhi, I heard that, and let me tell you, the Congress idiom will be unveiled tomorrow in a much broader sense, both by Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, as also by the party per se. There are the personalities and there are the agendas. Congress is going to put up a positive, forward-looking agenda. The agenda is for change. The agenda is for rooting out corruption. The agenda is for creation of better infrastructure, better jobs, more development. An agenda is also about projecting our leader. So there is, and let me at the cost of some repetition say again, it does not matter, because in a parliamentary democracy, it has been our practice of not naming a leader to be a prime ministerial candidate, unlike many other political parties. We have projected Shri Rahul Gandhi. He is going to lead us. He is our leader. And whether he is a prime ministerial candidate or whether he is a campaign in charge or whether he is Congress vice president is really immaterial for crores and crores of Congress workers.